If your Western Digital MyBook Essential has failed, you want to replace the hard drive, or for any reason you want to open it, this tutorial is exactly for you. Hi, I'm Ali, and in this video I'm going to show you how to open the MyBook Essential external hard drive enclosure and remove the internal drive. Before we start, there are a couple of very important points. 1. Opening the enclosure will void the warranty. After this, Western Digital won't take any responsibility. 2. This process may cause complete data loss. So before doing anything, make sure you take a full backup of your data. But why can data be lost? Inside this model, there is a special board with hardware encryption. All data on the disk is stored in an encrypted format and can only be read through the original WD board. When you remove the drive from the enclosure, the encryption layer is removed. The system can't decrypt the data. The drive appears as raw, and in many cases, the data becomes completely unrecoverable. So from both a warranty perspective and a data safety perspective, this process carries risk. And one last note. My own drive is already dead. The board is damaged and it's completely unusable. So opening it here is purely for learning purposes. That's why I'm using a screwdriver to open it quickly, so you can also see what happens when you open the enclosure without proper tools and without being careful. If the enclosure matters to you, use the right tools and do it gently. For this job, you need a spudger. If you don't have a spudger, a thick guitar pick works perfectly. You also need a small Phillips screwdriver for the WD controller board attached to the drive. Insert the spudger or the pick into the seam of the enclosure and gently release the clips around the edges. Work your way around the entire enclosure patiently so the clips don't break. If you have a spudger, it's much better. A guitar pick is small and doesn't go deep enough to fully release the clips. It can only open the top edge a little. All right. I'm using a screwdriver so the enclosure opens and so you can see what happens when we try to open it with an improper tool. It does open, but some of the clips break. All right, this part is now loose. The screwdriver doesn't go in, so I need to open it a little with the pick and then push the screwdriver in. Once the clips are released, pull the hard drive frame out of the enclosure. Here's the hard drive frame. These clips that broke are because I did this with a screwdriver. Look, here they are. These are the spots where they broke. These could be opened gently with a spudger, but because I used a screwdriver, you can see the clips are broken. Here are the clips that broke. All right. And this is our Western Digital MyBook Essential hard drive. This is the same WD board I mentioned. It also carries the light to the front of the enclosure. If you remove this board and connect the drive directly to your computer, there's a very high chance all your data will be lost. The drive will appear raw, and your hard drive data will become permanently unrecoverable. These are the rubber mounts that act as shock absorbers and also hold the drive firmly inside the frame. Now we need to remove these rubber mounts from the enclosure. All right, the frame opens with pressure. If you press all four sides, the entire drive comes out of the frame. Do it gently. Since this drive is completely dead, I don't care, and I'm applying a bit of pressure. If you want to do this, do it gently. Here's the hard drive frame. We're removing these rubber mounts. This was the WD board. I've removed it. And this is the hard drive itself. All right, now I'm reattaching the parts and placing everything back into the frame. So if you ever want to replace your drive, you'll know exactly how to assemble it again. Now I'm attaching the rubber mounts that fit into the frame. Place them exactly the same way they originally were. You can see two sides are thinner and two sides are wider. Now we place the frame onto the hard drive. Insert these one by one. These clips must sit exactly in their proper positions inside the frame. If you place the clips and rubber mounts precisely with a small push, the drive will fit perfectly into the frame. We place this light guide back in its position. All right. Looks pretty good. To make sure it's seated correctly, you need to check the part where the hard drive connectors align with the frame. See, right now they're perfectly in place. Now we can put it inside the enclosure. We bring the enclosure and now I've broken the clips, but if you do this patiently, when you place the frame inside the enclosure, everything will snap perfectly into place. Right now it almost snaps in, but is not like when the clips are intact. If the clips aren't broken, everything fits completely and securely. See here, some parts are fully closed and some parts are open. That's exactly because of those broken clips. You see? But still, it's almost fine. Even without the clips, it's okay. Not bad at all. And that's the full tutorial on opening the WD MyBook Essential. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.